YouTube, this is TCGToaster, and I'm going to do a quick deck profile for my January 2014 Mermails. This had a little bit of changes from the one that I used to top my local, but I'll just note those changes. So here we go. Play 3 Megalo. Let's get these sleeves out of the way. 3 Megalo. It's pretty standard. 3 TS, probably the best card in the deck. Abyss Lead. It's standard 7s. 3 Abyss Land, 3 Abyss Pike, 1 Abyss Turge, 2 Abyss Gund, the 1 Deep Sea Diva. All that's really just standard stuff. Dragoons, 3 Marksmans, 2 Infantries, Archer, and Title. Yeah, there's really nothing to say about this. I almost didn't play the Title at my local, actually, but I decided to put it in last minute because, one, it Foolish Burial stuff like Archer, which is a really good card. It's a discard outlet. It's also a free 7 that comes back, 2600 beat stick, etc., etc. Archer, basically, if you don't know what this does, you can special summon it by discarding a water when you control no monsters. And it's also a tuner, so that's pretty good. As for everything else, it's pretty standard. People might want to play like 2 Megalos, but 3 is just better. I can't really come up with a really good reason for why I play 3 Megalos, but it's really a lot better, I think. Okay, for spells, got Dark Hole, Book, 3 MST. I've been playing 3 MSTs since last format, and that's not saying much, but 3 MST is better in the format just since we lost Heavy Storm. I've actually been playing 3 MST since we lost Heavy Storm, so yeah. And then I have 2 Salvages. Salvage is just really good. There was that one kid that topped the ARG, or that almost topped the ARG 1K with Mermails that was playing 2 Turge, I believe he was. But Salvages are sometimes better than Turge because it's a +1. Plus you get a little bit more pluses by using the effects of Atlanteans and whatnot. So you have a Megalo and a Salvage in your hand. You're going to go Salvage, bring back 2 Atlanteans, or a bit Gund if you want to. You discard those for Megalo, and you get their effects, and you also get 1 to hand with your Megalo. So you spent so there were cards in your graveyard. Use this to get them back. That's a +1 in the hand. And I'm not really trying to do math right now, but you go plus. For the traps, I play Warning. It's pretty standard. Double Breakthrough. I've been playing Double Breakthrough for a long time. I just really like it as a card. It basically affects Veiler's stuff, and yeah, it doesn't lose to Macrocosmos. Need my computer to go back on. Okay. But yeah, it's just really good. Plus, you can use it twice each. Once on your turn, once whenever else. 2 Fiendish Chains. I just like this in addition to Breakthrough because this one stops attacks. So yeah. Getting back to the standards, Triple Sphere and Abyss Squall. If you don't know what Abyss Squall does, it just summons 3 Mermails from your graveyard in defense. Although they can't change battle positions or attack, it's still really good because you can make quick exceeds or something like that. It's just a really, really, really good card. For the extra, got Dracosac, Big Eye, Gaios, pretty standard. Cowboy, because there's a lot of positions where I literally left my opponent with 72, and I could have made a Cowboy, but instead I had to make a Dweller or Bahamut. Abyss Dweller, Bahamut, Abyss Trite, and the new edition, number 47, Nightmare Shark. If you don't know what this guy does, I got a different one here that I'll read off of. It's 2 level 3 monsters. When this card is special summoned, you can attach 1 level 3 water monster from your hand or side of the field to this card as an Xyz material. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, then target 1 water monster you control. That turn, that monster can attack your opponent directly. Also, other monsters cannot attack. So basically what I would do with this is I would... so let's say I have my Bahamut, and then I use his effect. I'll summon him... Yeah, or I'll go in defense. I'll summon him. Use his effect, summon the shark, use Shark's effect, attach Marksman. And then let's say I already have a Megalo face up. So here's my board right now. What I would do is I would use the Shark's effect, detach Marksman. Marksman's effect go off because he's sent to the graveyard to activate a Water's effect. So he just pops a back row, or a set monster. Then you use Megalo's effect to tribute one face-up attack position water monster to attack twice. Nightmare Shark targeting Megalo, by the way. So you tribute that, and since Nightmare Shark is a lingering effect, Megalo does a direct 4,800 damage. That's a really simple combo that you can get off pretty easily, and it's you still have a Bahamut Shark that's a 2,100 wall in case you need to, or in case if you're afraid of like Mirror Force. Plus it can't attack anyway. And then next turn you can just go for the Abyss Trite. But yeah, that's one simple combo that you can do. If you so want to, you can just attack with the Shark, or if you have something else, you can attack with that. But yeah, this is a really, really, really good card. If you're actually wondering where to get this, it comes in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal manga, Volume 4. The manga's only $10, and I can see this card actually going up, and with Mermail's gaining speed and or like going up in the tiers. So yeah, Mermail is actually my favorite deck again. So yeah. To finish it off, I have Zenmaines for the Exceeds, and then now I have Armory, Gataster, Duloran, Gungnir, Black Rose, and Crimson Blader, which is all pretty standard stuff. Yeah. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Onto the side where it does change a bit. But again, I will note the places where I made changes. By the way, if you don't have a Nightmare Shark, or if it's not legal yet to you, just play Leviathan Dragon. I took out my Leviathan Dragon for Nightmare Shark because it's a generic 2 level 3s, and 2, I can make stuff attack directly. But otherwise, you can just play Leviathan Dragon because it's a 25 beater, and it sets off Marksman as well. But yeah, so for the side, I play 2 Max Cs. I just don't feel that this card is quite good in the main anymore. Yeah. I'll play the 1 DD Crow for Boujins, like Boujin hair and other stuff. Let's double check if it's hair. Dueling Network. Like, the first thing that came to mind was Turtle, but it might be hair as well. I don't know all the Boujin cards. Bujingi. OCG, Bujingi hair. During the player's turn, you can banish a card from your graveyard. Okay, yeah, so it's hair and turtle. And maybe Quillian. Is this during the player's turn? Yeah, it's also Quillian. So yeah, this card is pretty good. Plus it gets rid of a target that you might face with Mermails, or Geargias when their Gigant X gets destroyed, or when their Accelerator gets destroyed, stuff like that. So yeah, Crow's pretty good. Played Double System Downs, because this card is just really, really good. With Cyber Dragons coming out, and Geargias already being pretty popular in the meta right now, like you can already see that Geargias are popular. System Downs are pretty good. They're really, really good. Play Double Overworked, because Fire Fists are back. There's also the whole Boujin problem, where their shit will gain a lot of attack. Honest. I wanted to see this real quick. Oh, by the way, Honest is to 2 in the OCG now, so I will actually make a video about the OCG ban list, which is the first time that I've done that, because that's just freaking insane. Honest at 2 is way too good. Okay, so if your opponent has like Boujin stuff and they go for the Honest Triple Crane shit, then you can just go Overworked and they're just wrecked after that. But yeah, unless like you lost all your life points, then there's really nothing you can do. But also got 2 Light Imprisoning Mirrors for the Boujins as well. It's also for the Lightsworns, other garbage decks there are, but this thing is good. I used it against a Blue Eyes player at my local, and yeah. 2 trap stuns despite the heavy trap lineup in the in the side, and the spheres in the main, but trap stuns are still really good. They're just a staple because you're gonna face stuff like macros and whatnot. By the way, never side out your MSTs, except if you're facing something really weird like that doesn't use any traps. You always keep in your 3 MSTs. Trust me. 3 Divine Wraths, or 2 Divine Wraths, and I play this because it'll set off Gund. It's a counter trap, so it works in the damage step, and stuff like that. And then I play 2 Debunks because it's one of my favorite side cards there is. Plus, it negates stuff like Megalos, Turtles, Honests, Cranes, etc., etc., etc. And if you stop the first Crane or Honest that Bujins drop, then they can't keep chaining because this is a counter trap. So yeah, pretty good card. Stuff that I took out would be, I took out double Kaikus because I just felt that I couldn't utilize this as much as it would be last format. I would just banish 2 dragons from the graveyard. Plus, my opponent wouldn't be able to banish any dragons, but seeing as that's not a problem really anymore, I took these out. If I go to a regional and get wrecked by zombies, then I have a reason to put these back in. Otherwise, it's staying out of the extra. And then I took out the 2 Xyz Encores because I've got Divine Wraths, and I've got Trap Stuns, and other stuff to wreck that Ophion. Because that's the only thing that this was for. Plus, I was also kind of scared of Constellars, which is why I have Lit Imprisoned Mirrors. So, yeah. Other recommendations for siding, if you don't quite like my side, DNA surgeries. I don't personally play these just because I can't really find the space. But DNA surgeries are definitely a good card right now. These are definitely the vanity